Hurricane Irma has prompted a state of emergency in Florida. Emergencies have also been declared in parts of Georgia and South Carolina, where the storm is expected to hit early next week. The huge hurricane comes just 2 weeks after Harvey brought so-called 500-year rainfall to parts of Houston. But Harvey and other 500-year floods are happening far more often. Kris Van Cleave is in Charleston, South Carolina, which is bracing for Irma. Just 2 years ago, the city had flooding that could have been called a 1-in-1,000-year event.
The flooding Hurricane Harvey left behind in Houston was deadly and devastating. Entire neighborhoods were submerged after rainfall totals exceeded 500-year levels. But as it turns out, these flooding events are not quite so rare. This was the third storm in just 3 years to bring so-called 500-year rain to the city.
Clearly, we're seeing extreme events. Who would have imagined 52 inches in Houston? It's just unimaginable.
The U.S. has experienced at least 24 of these 500-year rain events since 2010, including Hurricane Matthew in 2016. The 500-year term is a risk assessment tool used for flood insurance, but scientists say the phrase is misleading. It actually does not mean that the event happens only once every 500 years, but instead that there is a 1 in 500 chance this amount of flooding will occur in a single year. A 100-year event has a 1 in 100 chance of occurring. Researchers say these large storms are happening more often.
As the climate continues to warm, rare events could even become the norm.
Michael Wehner studies the behavior of extreme weather events. He says global temperatures have increased a full degree centigrade in the past century, and those warmer conditions can create more powerful storms.
Warmer air can contain more moisture than colder air.
And more water in the air means more rain that can fall in flood zones, where populations are growing.
Look in a place like Miami or Houston, and in the past decades, we've had incredible developments. As we're planning and looking forward, we have to make room for where this water is going to go.
That was Kris Van Cleave reporting from Charleston, South Carolina.
And answering questions we've all been asking.
Yeah. That's right.
Including your husband.
Yes, who pointed this out earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, that there's important clarification. Yeah, not that it happens once every 100 years, that it's a 1 in 100 chance of happening.